Alright, so in this video, I'll be showcasing the way I think in the middle of a game versus a FIDE master that ended in a draw. Well, the game started with d4. I recommend this. I made a video about the Queen's Gambit. We made a video about the Queen's Gambit and how to play against d4. You might want to watch that if you want to. My opponent responded with d5. d5 allows me to play the Queen's Gambit, so I go ahead and do that. With the Queen's Gambit, he has a few options. He can either decline or play Slav, but he declined. And then I played knight c3 and he played knight f6. This is very standard stuff. I play knight f3. He plays... After knight f3, he plays a very weird move. a6. You might question what does that move do? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't lose a pawn, but it doesn't do anything. What's the point of this? He doesn't develop, he doesn't bring out his pieces, he doesn't pin my knight. He plays a6. A very seemingly bad move. But the point behind a6 is that if I decide to take, I'm winning. According to the engine, it's plus 0.5. But if I don't take, let's say play bishop g5, he takes, and after e4 and b5, this is a very complicated position for white. Even though you might say, oh, I win the knight. Yeah, he can just boot you off. He can just boot you off, and if you take, then he takes you, and if you take, then you're literally completely lost. It's -3, says the engine. The only winning move is e5, a4, which looks like a very bad move. And look at this continuation. Black is just completely winning because of the attack. Even though white is up a pawn, that pawn is very unjustified because the attack is raging on. And this is very hard to play as white. So I decide to take. He takes back. I play bishop to g5. And he plays bishop e6. This is very standard, especially in the a6 Queen's Gambit, where he puts his knight on e6. That's why you don't play the Queen's Gambit declined and you try to play a6. It's a very tricky line, but I don't recommend playing it. He plays bishop e6, trying to play bishop d6 afterwards. I play e3 to free up my bishop, to have strong ideas of e4 in the future. He plays knight b to d7. I play d3, continue my development, also threaten e4. He plays bishop d6. This bishop is quite strong. It stares down the board. It can have ideas with checkmate if the queen's here after I castle. I play short castle, he short castles, and I play queen c2. Queen c2 is trying to win this pawn after I take. Of course he sees that, so he plays h6. The idea behind queen c2 is that after, let's say he plays rook e8. This position after takes, he can't take back, because if he takes back, I win his queen. That's the whole point of queen c2. But of course he's a FIDE master, so he sees it. He plays h6. After h6 I play bishop h4. And he plays c6. c6 has a very clear idea. He's trying to play queen to b6. I just play very solid chess. I play rook f to e1, and he plays rook e8. I play rook a to c1, completing my development. All of my pieces are in the attack. I have strong ideas with knight to the middle, e4, and he plays bishop g4. Bishop g4 doesn't seem like a good move in the start, because it doesn't seem like it does anything. But the whole idea is that if I play, let's say, a waiting move, if he takes and he takes back, even though the engine says I'm completely winning, oh, not completely, but I'm +1, it's very hard to justify because my king is completely open. That's why I play queen e2. Even though it's not the best engine move, the engine really likes it because I mean, I really like it because my g pawn doesn't take on f3, and I don't have an open king that queen attacks can stare onto. So after queen e2, he plays queen b8. which at the start, because I'm a 1600, I did not see it. I did not see the point behind the queen to b8. I did not see that this pawn was hanging. But I played the most natural move in this position, which is to just kick the bishop out. And apparently that's the best move. I'm not playing a perfect game here. I'm playing like you. I'm not the best player of all time. I'm just playing solid moves, trying to win. He plays bishop e6, going back, even though it seems like a counterintuitive move. It's kind of strong because after he moves the bishop and I play e4, as you can see here, it's an inaccuracy. Why? Because after takes, he has an attack like here, even though it says mate in 2, but it's kind of hard to see that as a 600. The exposed queen is kind of scary, especially in positions like this, so just try to avoid pins like these. That's why e4 wasn't the best move. e4 opens up the position. Even though it's defended, I don't really like it. Even the engine doesn't like it that much. He takes, I take with the knight. He takes me with his knight. I take with queen. I take with bishop, take with bishop, threaten checkmate. Of course, he's a FIDE master, so what am I saying? I take with the bishop. Okay, repeat that. Go back like 50 seconds. He takes with knight. I take with bishop. And he plays bishop d5. Bishop d5 seems like a good move because this pin is quite strong. And if I play a bad move like this, he just takes back with his rook. And I lose my queen. Or at least the bishop. So I play queen to d3 to defend this. So that after he takes, I can take back, take. And this is not completely lost for white. Let's go back a bit. Takes. He takes back with bishop. I take with rook. He takes me and I take him. And he plays this move, queen to e8. I didn't understand it at first. Why would he want to trade queens? But, you know, I was kind of in a hurry. So I tried playing solid moves that don't lose the game on the spot. I just played rook e1. It's a very good idea as a beginner to always trade on your own terms. So after he takes and I take, my rook is now activated. And it's in the middle of the board. It controls a lot of squares. And it's better than his passive rook, which does nothing. But only protect the back rank. He plays king f8 to stop any cheeky ideas like bishop here. I play knight e5. Knight e5 tries to make a passed pawn. It's not really passed pawn, but almost passed pawn. And if takes, and I take back, then he has to move his bishop. I play with tempo. And I'm not completely winning, but this is a very pleasant position for white. Because of my pawn is very advanced, I can push my pawns. Alright? So he does actually take with the knight. And I take him back and he goes bishop e7. Bishop e7 tries to trade the bishops. So I do accept the trade. He takes back with his king. And I play g4. And request a draw. g4 was a mistake. g4 was a mistake because he had some weird ideas to go here and here to win my pawns because this is undefended. But this position was only minus 1.7. And it was very hard for both sides to see a win, so he just accepted the draw. And that is how I drew versus a FIDE master. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want more video analysis like this. We'll try to analyze more videos, more games, more master games, like the World Championship, our own games. And that's it. Thank you.